Hi, Diana. Thanks for joining us. We're going to start with Jeff Metcalf and then Alex Simon.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you about finally getting to play against Sabrina for the first time. It seems like you two have it just hasn't quite worked out for one reason or another these 2 years. And I know she's always admired you a lot and kind of had you as a mentor. So are you excited too to kind of just finally be on the court against her?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously I followed her all throughout college and, she's had such an amazing career now, to see her in the WNBA, it's always exciting to see, the young players in this league who are going to take the torch and take it to a different level. So I'm excited, we're excited to get on the court and hopefully keep rolling too.
It does seem like you guys have hit your stride right away here coming out of the Olympics. And it feels like it almost feels like a little bit like the Olympic team, like there's no one person has to be the person that's doing it. You've got getting a lot of contributions.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't necessarily yourself, for an example, you don't necessarily have to go out there and put up 20, 25 points. You can go out and do 7 assists and 6 rebounds. So he had 10 rebounds the other day. So how much does that take a load off everybody when you're getting that kind of all around contribution?
Yeah, I think that's the only way we're going to find any success, if we find some balance and we make sure we have a lot of people doing a lot of different things. Teams are too good to think that one person or 2 people are going to, make a playoff run. You got to have a whole unit that's confident, that's doing a lot of different things. And everything is just as important, right? And I think you've heard this from me every year. It really doesn't matter who's, the leading scorer, leading assist, leading rebound. I mean, it's a lot of little things that has to happen for, this team to be successful. And I think we're finding those things in different people at different times, which is really good.
Did it matter to you to get over 2,000 assists?
I mean, it's special. That's more a testament to all the great players that I played with. I mean, someone sent me a list of all the players that, probably like top 5 or 6 players that, I've assisted to. And I mean, we're talking about, Hall of Famers, BG, Penny, Pre, DB, Cappy. I mean, we're talking about 5 of the best players that ever played in the WNBA. So I've been really lucky to be able to share the court with them.
Great, thanks a lot.
We'll go next to Alex Simon and then Douglas Bonjour.
Hi, Dana. When you guys obviously struggled earlier in the year at home, part of why your record was able to kind of still be in range here was that you guys have performed really well on the road. And obviously with this continued road trip you guys are on, you'll have another one soon. As a professional athlete, is there kind of actually an element where the team can maybe bond a little bit more and be better when they're on the road and kind of away from everything else that happens in your hometown that way?
Yeah, home is funny because you want to play really well, in front of your home fans, and you really want to bring that energy. But sometimes home also is a little bit of a burden where you have so many other things going on in your life that you kind of forget that you got to bring the energy and you still got to bring the hard work. The game's just not going to win itself because it's at home. And I think when you're on the road, you get a little bit more of that rally together sentiment. It's you against the world, or you against Atlanta or Brooklyn or whatever it may be. And I think that's why you see some teams that do really well on the road. And we've just always been a good road team. We like coming into these arenas and, we like going against the grain a little bit. So it's nice knowing that we can do that. We also have to make sure we continue to be very consistent at home like we were, right before we left.
And obviously, on the defensive end, and particularly inside on the defensive end, Brittany is going to go down probably as the greatest shot blocker the league's ever seen. But you guys have actually been able to not just have her, but obviously Brianna is doing really well, but even yourself and Sophie have stepped up and been able to contribute blocks kind of all up and down the roster. Is there kind of something that you guys are specifically doing on defense that is leading to being able to not just block shots, but then be able to convert those into offense going the other way?
Yeah, I just think we're being a little bit more consistent, all 5 of us on the court. We all have to do our job before the work needs to be done. And I think we're just being a little bit more locked in on certain things. We're communicating a little bit better. And, it definitely helps when everyone's healthy and everyone's on the court. There's a sense of confidence when, you are healthy as a group. So we haven't had that a lot this year. So it's been nice to be able to, go into these games knowing we have a full squad.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Douglas Bonjour and then Pepper Pursley.
Diana, Doug Bonjour, Hearst, Connecticut Media. I just have a UConn question for you. Obviously, Swin Cash being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Just curious, if you any memories, that stand out about playing with her and just what you think her legacy in this game is.
I mean, Swin is just one incredible competitor. I've never seen someone just turn it on when games start. She has this competitive motor that I've never really seen. And, I learned a lot from her in college of how hard you have to play and the focus that you need. And I think it's just amazing what she was able to do in her career. She won at UConn. She won in the WNBA. She won gold medals. I mean, there's nothing that Swin doesn't get involved with that doesn't, come out and being successful. And I think she's going to do the same thing in the sports world right now with the Pelicans. There's just a certain, confidence that you have when you're around Swin, that the job is going to get done. And, what a great honor getting to the Hall of Fame, more than deserving. And, the beauty about Swin is her best work is yet to come. She's relentless. I think everyone who knows her, who went to college with her, knows her hustle is real. Like, she is relentless. She is whatever she is next on her agenda is going to get done times 10. So
that said, could you have seen her be in the position she is now, working with the Pelicans and kind of on that side of the sport?
Oh, I mean, Swin always, for as much as she loved the game of basketball, she loved helping people. And I can remember as far as in college where, she would always do things in McKeesport, which is her hometown, and making sure she gives back to her community that helped her, when she was younger. And those things mean more to her than any, WNBA championship ring or any gold medal. That is her true mission in life. And, she puts her money where her mouth is.
Thank you.
No problem.
Next will be Pepper Pursley.
Hey, Pepper.
Hi, DT. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. So I'm working on a back-to-school project for all the kids going back to school. So do you have any back-to-school memories you could share with us?
Oh, God, I used to love the first week of school. You used to lay out your clothes nice and neat before every day. Your notes were all perfect and you used to date every page. There was a sense of you get to see your friends again. Maybe you hadn't seen them in, a couple of weeks because they go on vacation or you have basketball practice. So going back to school was always, it was always fun, exciting. It was the beginning of a new year. I have really good memories.
All right, we'll finish up with an in-person question from Doug Feinberg.
What's up, Doug?
How pleased if you guys get one of these top four seeds? I mean, you're in a pretty good position right now. You've been in the other end of it, having to fight claw to get out of the first two rounds. To get one of the top two.
Yeah, I mean, we know what the struggle is like when you're not in that top four. Having to play that first game, and then obviously the second playing game, which is never easy. But right now we just got to really dig deep and just focus on these, this little homestand that Brooklyn has, and we have to come out here and play consistent and play good basketball. And I think, if we can continue that, then that'll put us in a good spot at the end. I think we're pretty confident whatever seed we get, if we get rolling and we get on track, that, we have as good a chance as anyone else.
Also, the league is starting this top 25 players all time on anniversary of the 25th year of the WNBA. They're calling number one the GOAT. Obviously, the GOAT's a term you've been associated with. How do you define what the top player in the history of the league would be?
Oh, I mean, there's so many great players that played in our league. I mean, when you talk about the beginning of the league with, Coop and Swoops, and then you keep going down the line of just amazing performances for a long length of time. I mean, there's just a lot of players that could fill that spot. I think if you ask anyone, you ask 5 people, you probably get 5 different answers. So I think that's the beauty of where the WNBA is right now. We have that history that you can go back and now you can compare and you can contrast whatever you think is important, to get that, I guess, that number one spot.
Thanks, Steve.
No problem,
Thanks,
Dougie.
Steve.
Bye, guys.
Good time.
Dougie, where you?